Hi guys, today we're gonna do a range test with the Tesla Model 3. So I am in Nantes again, a different trip, same place from the last videos. So I'm gonna leave Nantes right now, it's 10 a.m. We're in the middle of December and I'm gonna drive to the coast, a bit north of Saint-Nazaire, and then I will drive along the coast and then eventually go back to this V3 supercharger we tested last time, and hopefully this time is going to be a bit better. But the goal is to get from 100% right now till close to 0% at the V3 supercharger. The route I'm going to take is going to be very various, mostly dual carriageways, because there's no time for this. If I was taking smaller roads, I would spend all day, and we have a curfew in France at the moment, so I have to be back at 8 p.m. anyway. So it's going to be a long day. Let's go. So let's talk a bit about the driving conditions today. Temperature is 12 degrees Celsius. We're in the middle of winter, so it's cold. We have the temperature set on 20 degrees plus the driver's heated seats. There's nothing in the car, there's a few stuff in the boot, but it's rather empty. I'm gonna drive mostly dual carriageways, so either 90 or 110, traffic permitting, of course, because it's quite busy in the area, so it might be a bit less. I've done already 29 kilometers, and I've been driving for 25 minutes. So yeah, the average speed is not amazing. What I wanted to talk to you about in particular is the expected range and WLTP. So the WLTP range of this car is officially 409 kilometers. So that's the standard range plus Tesla Model 3 2019-2020. In 2021 it goes up to 430 kilometers because it has a heat pump. Mine doesn't have a heat pump, so 409 is the range that is announced by Tesla. However, this is valid for the 18-inch wheel vehicle, and I've got the 19-inch option. So it's going to be less than that, and I just want to explain a bit what's the story with tires and range and economy, efficiency. So there are actually three elements that are important when it comes to wheels. And if you think like 18, 19, 20, the size of the rim is what matters, it's actually not. There are three elements which are not the rim size itself. The first element is the width of the tires. So very often the bigger rim you take, it gets wider as well, so there is a relation between the two, but not always. And in the case of the Tesla Model 3, there is no difference. The width of the tire is the same whether it's 18 or 19 inches. So the widest is the tire, the more rolling resistance there is. So the efficiency is less good. That's why the BMW i3 is so good with these skinny tires. But of course the trade-off is you have less grip. Second important thing is how flush is the wheel. So that's why on the Model 3 you've got those aero wheels, because they're super aerodynamic and there's less friction from the air, so it improves it. If you remove those aero wheels, if you have those 18-inch wheels, you will see a loss of efficiency. A lot of people are doing this. This is fine on a day-to-day basis driving, but yeah, you have to be aware of that. So because the wheel itself, like on this 19-inch one, is not particularly aerodynamic, so there is a loss there compared to the base model. And the other thing, the third one, is simply the tire. Depending on the tire, it could be more or less good. So this one has a softer material, so the grip is better, but the resistance is lower. So some eco tires with lower rolling resistance are usually doing better. And the 18-inch wheels have this better tire when it comes to Tesla. But it depends on other brands. So if I take, for example, the Renault Zoe, you've got the base wheels 15-inch, and you've got 16-inch, which is the most popular one. The WLTP range has a 10 kilometer difference, so 385 or 395 being for the 15-inch wheel. And in this case, the tire is a bit wider. They're also eco tires, so the qualities of the tire are not actually different, but also maybe the wheel is a bit more aerodynamic on the 15-inch. So it depends. And this, for example, then gives 10 kilometer or about 3% on the Zoe. So if I go back to my initial case, this Tesla Model 3 that's even at 409 kilometer WLTP for the base model, we can assume it's between 5 and 10% less good on this very model. So maybe I'm losing something like 30 kilometer range, bringing it to 390 WLTP. That's more or less. Some people on YouTube have tested it, so that's what I gathered from that with the 19-inch option. So it's important. Like 30 kilometers is not nothing when it comes to EV range. So think about it. If you are about to buy a Tesla Model 3, this what can cost this option in terms of range. Quick checkpoint. We have 80% battery, so we've used 20% battery to make 56 kilometers. So if I do some quick math, so that's a fifth of the battery. So with 56 kilometers, that would be around actually less than 300 kilometers, then maybe 280, 290. So quite far from the initial expected range. Again, this is winter. The battery is actually not warm enough still, even though I've been driving for almost an hour. You can see that because on the Model 3 you've got a gauge on the regen side, and that shows that I cannot get the full regen, so the battery is still cold. So I don't know if it's gonna get a bit better later or not, but anyway, this is what it is now. So we might not be able to do more than 250 or 280 kilometers today. We are now at 60% battery left, so we've done 121 kilometers. So we've improved, and it should keep going because my average speed is going down. The average economy is actually quite good, 15.5 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. So yeah, considering it's winter, it's actually pretty good. So it should get a bit better still, which makes me calculate quickly the size of the battery, and I think the battery is smaller, around 47 kilowatt hours of capacity, usable capacity, today anyway, in winter. So officially Tesla doesn't really disclose battery capacities, but it's considered to be around 50 kilowatt hours total. So so I'm still driving anyway. I'll give you an update a bit later. We're gonna go to a very special place. You'll see that in a moment. It's gonna be very interesting. So here we are in a special road. It's actually a tidal road. I think it's about like 4 or 5 kilometers, and it actually is in the Atlantic Ocean between mainland and one island there. Île de Noirmoutier is the name. And this road gets covered when the tide is high, and you can actually only drive it 2 times 3 hours per day, per tide. So 3 hours per tide. So this is low tide at the very moment. I think we are almost low tide, so this is cool. So yeah, I'm doing a loop there, getting to Île de Noirmoutier, and then we still have 54%. and we ran 15.5 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometer average economy, and we've done 134 kilometers, so still very good. So you see a bit of the sea, people park there, they go fishing, and I'm gonna clean the car, wash the car after that this evening, of course, because of all the salt, because this is seawater. Obviously you don't want to leave it dirty. All right, so now we have 40% left on the battery. So that means 177 kilometers made already. So that's okay. We might be able to do 300. I'm actually not sure because I'm heading to the supercharger now, and it's 96 kilometers away. But in theory, might be able to do 300. So the average consumption is 15.4. So it's down a bit. 15.4 is really good considering it's winter and that I don't have a heat pump. Probably in summer I would be below 13. So that's great. Very efficient. And the roads I'm in at the moment, they are quite slow, 80, 70. So that should be good. So yeah, still, when I arrive in the supercharger, I'm supposed to be about 5% left on the battery. So I will probably not make any more detours. So I'm expecting to reach the supercharger. So that'll be 275 kilometers, give or take. A couple of kilometers. Also, I need to have a low state of charge at the supercharger because I want to test it again. It's winter, so the battery might not be warm. Even though I've been driving all day, it's been a cold day. It's 13 degrees at the moment, so it's not very warm. The battery should be okay, and hopefully by the time I get there, the battery will preheat itself. I've put it in the sat nav, so I hope I'll be able to get full power from the V3 supercharger. So fingers crossed. We'll see that in an hour or so when I get there. So we have 20% left on the battery now. We've made 234 kilometers. The last 20% were surprising because I've been driving 110. There was dual carriageway. However, the average consumption still 15.6 now, so it didn't make much difference. So we have plenty of battery left. We're 35 kilometers from the supercharger. We're just driving 80. I think we're gonna drive 80 all the way there now on this N road. 80 is the speed limit on N roads in France. So yeah, so it should be all good. We should have 270 something and 10% to spare. Hopefully when we get there, the battery will be really warm. I really hope that this preheating when you put the supercharger in the sat nav will work. So we get a nice toasty battery, because it's the second time I go there. I really want it to work, and I really want to pull 170 kilowatt in my standard range plus. So this is the end of our video today. We arrived with 9% left in the V3 supercharging station. 271 kilometers made, so that means that the car is good for 300 kilometers in winter in this kind of average usage. So that's quite good. That's quite expected. Of course, if you do just motorway, it's going to be probably between 200 250 but that was pretty good. So now the battery is nice and warm and depleted, so hopefully I'm gonna get some good charging speed at the supercharger. That's gonna be for another video. So thanks a lot for watching this one again, and you can follow us, of course, if you click on the subscribe button so you won't miss the next episode. And of course, if you click on the notification bell, you're gonna get a push notification on your device, so you can watch us again soon. Thank you for watching.